here at 1071 Santa Rosa Avenue in the city of Costa Mesa, California. We're about to begin our initial sewer inspection. We'll be utilizing this 4-inch sewer cleanout in front of the property. Get you a little bit of a visual. Hopefully we'll be able to reach the city connection point from this access. Okay, so right away we drop into clay. Let's zero out our footage counter so we can get a length from our access to the city connection. Shouldn't be too long. Got a pretty major offset here, 13 feet out from our access. If we look at a little bit further too, you can see the offset just from this one clay section. Let's see if we can pass it. It's a visual on it, but yeah, that's major. That's probably a good 1 inch to 1.5 inches offset in the pipe. So see our pipe or our camera running on the bottom of the pipe, hit the wall of it right there. That's going to cause some issues in the future. It'll prevent waste and toilet paper from being able to make it out to the city. Let's see. Okay, cool. We're able to get over it. So we'll get another visual on that as we pull back. But that's a major concern. We'll locate that too. More than likely that's going to be at the curb. Got quite a bit of buildup out here. Okay, well that's our drop into the city sewer line. So the saddle looks like it's in pretty good condition, but this line itself has so much buildup on the walls of the pipe. Looks like roots, honestly. Oh, I apologize. Our footage out to the city, we're at 44 feet from our access point here in front of the garage. Just this area here, looks like we have so much buildup on the walls of the pipe. I would definitely recommend having this sewer line hydrojetted at the very least, just to get a better visual on what's going on. It's hard to see where all of this is even coming from. You can see at the top of the pipe, looks like some stuff's hanging down. Maybe some intrusion on this hub that we see, this clay hub. But all of this debris on the walls of the pipe, that's going to be gripping onto anything that goes down this sewer line as far as wipies goes, toilet paper, that sort of stuff. I think we're probably coming up on that big offset that we looked at earlier. Once we do find that, we'll locate it and see where it is in the front. I believe this is it. Yeah. We'll go ahead and locate that real quick. Looks like we're actually right underneath the sidewalk here at this point. Pull that in a tad more.
The drain? So what do you look for exactly? How do you
I'm looking
I'm the realtor, by the way.
Okay. I'm looking for any offsets on the piping, which means any shifting, so they're not mated perfectly. I'm looking for root intrusion. I'm looking for any cracks or fractures inside of the existing pipe as well. But yeah, that's for the most part really it. Those are the type of things that affect the sewer line. So.
And this goes to the main sewer?
Yes. Yeah.
So everything from the house, waste and water?
It all goes through this pipe, yeah, out to the city's connection.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you do anything on the interior?
Really, we're more concerned about where the pipe exits the home,
Okay.
out to where it connects to the city sewer line. Yeah.
Okay.
So when we have a clean out like this is the accessibility that we're really looking for.
Okay.
Just because normally when people install them, they only go one way, which is going to be out towards the city connection point.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
But we're pretty much finishing up right now.
Oh. Okay.
There was a pretty bad offset that I did locate. It's underneath the sidewalk. At that point, there's not really anything you do about that as far as breaking up concrete goes, because then you have to get city involved. If we are talking about doing a repair on it, what I'd recommend is having it lined. So an epoxy liner, which is like a liquid that's shot inside the sewer line, and then it solidifies to the walls of the pipe and creates a brand new pipe. The problem with that type of offset is it's eventually going to be compromised, and it could be susceptible to a catastrophic failure, which would be it collapsing. If it collapses, then you're kind of out of luck and you have to dig the whole entire thing up. And at that point where this is located, you'd have to get the city involved. And
So the epoxy is kind of like a Band-Aid for one.
no, it actually has a 60-year lifespan to it.
Oh.
So it's a permanent repair to
with the risk of it collapsing.
No, there's no risk of it. So the epoxy actually provides structural integrity to the pipe. So if it runs through, you essentially have a brand new pipe inside of the existing pipe.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you're saying something
If you don't do anything,
if you don't
the existing pipe has a risk
okay.
of that happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So
But right now, yeah, you guys are. I mean, it's still standing right now. It's allowing everything to flow through. It's just in the future. What's that?
You have a camera?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh. Is it possible for me to see that?
Sure. I can push back out again.
Oh. Sorry. It's very interesting.
Yeah. Right here. So this lip right here, that's about an inch to inch and a half of difference from the pipe that we're going through right here to where it needs to go.
And that's right under the sidewalk.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so if I hop over this, well, I don't even have to hop over it, but can you see this right here, that gap?
Yeah.
This is just one piece of pipe, and it's connected. But that right there is a whole nother section that's not covered. So it's not. It's not necessarily that it's leaking. You don't have roots coming in right here. It's just that because the pipe is no longer connected, it's going to continue to separate. And at some point, I mean, water technically, I guess, could be leaking through. I don't see any roots at this section. But over time, then that could happen. And if it does open up, what happens is it can concave. You can get dirt coming inside of there. And at that point, there's not really anything you can do about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is when you suggest doing the epoxy?
I would, yes. That's the way that you'd cover up any of these areas that have, offsets on them, and it's going to prevent there being any type of catastrophic failure or dirt that's going to get inside of the system.
Okay. And let me ask you this. That water on the gutter, it's like permanently there. It's always water right there.
Really?
And I was just wondering, it could be from sprinklers, but I don't think it is.
Are these sprinklers, is the irrigation on a timer? Let me go ahead and close this out real quick.
And that's all recorded?
I'm doing a commentary on it right now, yeah, so it's recording. So that's pretty much going to conclude our sewer inspection. As mentioned, there is excess amounts of buildup once we get closer past the sidewalk. So we do recommend having it hydrojetted at the very least to clean up the walls of the pipe. And at that point, we can do another follow-up inspection with the camera and see how those walls of the pipe are doing, see if there's any fractures or breaks in it. As far as the offset goes, if we are looking at doing a repair on it, then epoxy lining really is the only thing you can do, unless you really want to break open the city sidewalk and get permits and all that.
Gotcha.
But we'll include quotes to have it epoxy lined, as well as having the hydrojetting done and getting another view on it. So that'll all be on the inspection report.